Mega Mike the Movie Man, and today got a mega movie plan. Today, I'm back with another mega collection video for you all. Today, I'm going to be showing off my entire superhero animated movie collection on physical media. Yes, I'm going to be showing you all my Blu-rays, 4Ks, steelbooks, slipcovers, DVDs, you name it, for the superhero animated movie genre. That's what we're going to be showing off today. Now, last time I did do a video showing off all my superhero live action movie physical media collection. If you missed that video, I will put the link in the description. Definitely check out that video after this one. So without further ado, let's get started. So let's go ahead and get into first some Marvel slash Sony titles, and I have about 40 titles to go through, so I'm going to basically briefly show the movie, say a little something, and then we'll keep moving along so we can get through this collection. So the first part here, this one's a Sony title. We got Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse on 4K. Absolutely can highly recommend this movie if you haven't seen it yet. Some people will say this is the best Spider-Man movie of all time, or at least one of the best, and it is such a great movie. I was so surprised when I saw this in theaters. I actually started to really dig the animation style. The characters were all fantastic, really good story, and awesome soundtrack. So really fun movie, very excited for the sequel. So that one gets rewatched quite a bit. Next, this one doesn't get rewatched so much. So this is Avengers Confidential, Black Widow, Punisher. Now, reason why I picked it up, you already know. Yes, has the Punisher. So I'm trying to collect all things Punisher. So I picked it up for that reason. But this movie is not that great. But when I saw the slipcover, it just looked so shiny. It had the Punisher. And so I had to get it for the collection just because of Punisher. But not so good of a movie. So if you're not a Punisher fan, definitely can skip this one. Next, we have Iron Man, Rise of Technovore. Now, I got this one super cheap. I think it was like a few bucks at Ross. When I see a deal like that for physical media, you know I gotta pick it up. And what else does it have? Of course, Punisher again. Yes, try to collect all things Punisher here. So for a few bucks, I'm like, if I don't like it, totally okay. But yeah, I did not like it. I just watched it the one time. It was really a snooze fest. If you can stay awake throughout this whole movie, then congratulations to you. That is actually a great accomplishment. But it's something Punisher, so had to have it. Alright, next, this is a really good movie here. This is Necessary Evil Supervillains of DC Comics. And look at this lenticular cover here. Wow, that is so cool. I really like this movie too. It's like documentary style, talking about the importance of villains in comics. And so this is actually a movie, if you're a fan of the superhero genre, I highly recommend this because it is such a good movie. I've actually rewatched this one a few times, and that's pretty rare for me to do with documentaries, but I'm a big fan of superheroes, a big fan of villains, because it's the villains that make the heroes. So it really gives you some good insight into the villain. So highly recommend this one. Can't say that enough. Definitely check that one out. Next, we got a lot of Batman titles here because, of course, I'm a big Batman fan. Batman Gotham by Gaslight. Now, this one, to me, is a very skippable movie. I did kind of like the old school environments with this one, you know, giving us something a little bit different with Batman. But at the end of the day, just not a very entertaining or fun movie to me. So if you could skip one, definitely that is one to skip. Next, we got Batman Death in the Family, and this is a really cool movie. I'm a big fan of Batman Under the Red Hood, and this one is basically that, but this is an interactive movie where they've put in a few extra scenes, and you can basically click through with your remote to choose different destinies, right, to see how the movie would play out, to see, hey, what if Batman did save Jason Todd? What would happen? And so that's kind of cool because you get different stories in here. So it's definitely a fun time, at least the first time, seeing all the extra different scenes. But is it one you're really going to go back to and rewatch again? Maybe not, because it requires a lot of interactivity. You may just want to go and watch Under the Red Hood. But because I'm such an Under the Red Hood fan, I did have fun, at least with the one time going through all the additional scenes. And look at that cover. That cover is just fantastic. Look at that Joker, Red Hood. That captures the movie perfectly. So when I see a nice slipcover like that, you already know as a physical media collector, gotta have it. Next, we got Batman The Dark Knight Returns Deluxe Edition. This is one of the better Batman animated movies. Definitely a good one based off the comics. And so this is a pretty good one. This one I can recommend as well. It definitely is a good solid story here. So if you haven't seen this one yet, definitely get this one. Check it out. So it's a good time. Alright, next we got Batman Assault on Arkham. And this is really more of a Suicide Squad movie. But of course, I do like the Suicide Squad. So the characters in here are great. And you got Harley Quinn, which is fantastic in here. So if you like the Suicide Squad characters, this is actually a fun movie. So I would recommend this one. Pretty good. Next, we have a Batman triple feature. So you get a few different Batman movies in here. I saw this one at Walmart for fairly cheap, so I wanted to pick it up just to kind of give it a try. We got Batman Beyond the movie, Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker, and it's the original uncut version, so that kind of sold me on this. And then Batman Mystery of the Batwoman. So Batman Beyond the movies, pretty decent, so that was a good watch. But Return of the Joker, that's the one you really want. That's one of the better animated Batman movies in my opinion. So for that, it was worth it alone. The third one, not so much, but the other two definitely worth it for a triple feature. You find this cheap at Walmart. Definitely recommend if you haven't seen those movies before. Would have preferred to have them on Blu-ray, but I'll take a DVD copy. Why not? Next, oh, this is a really cool cover right here. So we got another lenticular cover, and this is Batman vs. Two-Face. Now, if you like the old school 1960s Adam West era Batman, this is what this animated movie takes you back to. They actually brought back a lot of actors to do the voice acting for the characters in this movie, which is fantastic. And then you also have William Shatner voicing Two-Face, which is actually a lot of fun. So definitely, if you like that era of Batman, can't go wrong with this one. Alright, let's keep going here, getting to our second pile now. Continuing on with more Batman movies. Told you lots of Batman movies. We got Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know what? This isn't the best movie, but just to see the Ninja Turtles on screen with Batman, I had to pick it up for that reason. And I think they even had a steelbook of this one, but I think it was only a Blu-ray steelbook, so I decided to go with the 4K slipcover. But still, the slipcover does look really nice, and the movie's okay. Nothing special, but the movie's alright. Alright, next we got Batman Soul of the Dragon. Now, originally I wasn't going to pick this one up. I was thinking about skipping it altogether, but it went on sale, and it still had the nice slipcover, and I'm like, ooh, I like that shiny slipcover. So I picked it up. I had a decent enough time with it, but this is probably one you can skip. The cool thing about this one, though, it does kind of take you back to like 70s, and it's martial arts in this. So if you like martial arts, mixed with the superhero genre, that is actually a fun time for this movie. So at least worth a decent one-time watch, but you could also skip it as well. Next, we got a steelbook. Told you I got some steelbooks in here. And this is going to be Batman Ninja. Now, this one I can actually highly recommend. I really like this one. I saw this world premiere at WonderCon, which was such a great time seeing it for the first time on a bigger screen. Really good movie. It takes you to Japan, and it's fun to see how they put the superheroes in that environment, especially the villains of Joker and Harley Quinn. It just works out really well. So I really like this movie. Some really good epic action sequences. So you know what? This is another one I can highly recommend. And I got the Blu-ray steelbook here from Target, I believe. So I had to get the steelbook of that one. But I remember after seeing the world premiere, I'm like, you know what? I want to watch that one again. Have to pick it up. Next, we got Batman and Harley Quinn. Now, this one is decent from what I remember. I do like Harley Quinn, so if there's Harley Quinn in an animated movie, I do lean towards definitely getting that one. So, you know what? I believe this was a fun enough movie. So, I think it's a decent watch, but I'm not going to say highly recommend. But I would say if you get it, you probably won't be disappointed either. So, enjoyed it enough. All right, next. Ooh, this is one I can highly recommend to everybody. Batman Lego movie. Yes, this one is so good. Awesome movie. This actually might be the best Lego movie. And I know that's saying a lot because I actually like the first two Lego movies. I think are really, really good. But this might be the best one. And this might be one of the best Batman movies because it is a really good character study of Batman and Joker's relationship. This movie does that so well. And a lot of Batman movies don't do it that well. So have to give this movie props. If you have not yet seen this movie, this is one. If you're a superhero fan, maybe you're not usually into animation or Legos, still give it a watch. I think you will enjoy it. Some really fun moments in here. So this is one I can highly recommend. Really good movie. I need to go back and watch that one again, actually. All right. Next, we got Batman Hush. Now, this one I was a little bit disappointed with because they did deviate from the Batman Hush comic. So I was expecting it to turn out in a different way. So, yeah, a little disappointed there, but overall, it was a decent watch. And if you really like the new Batman movie, right, the Batman, I think this movie kind of helped inspired some things in that movie. So, if you really like that new movie, actually, this might be worth a watch for you. And there's some good villains in here as well. So, decent little movie. So, had fun with that one, and I do like that slipcover. All right, next. Oh, this was an earlier one I got. So I've had this one for quite some time. But I do like the cover here. So this is Batman Gotham Knight, and you can see it kind of has like that cutout cover with a little bit of the lenticular there. And this was the first ever PG-13 Batman movie. Wow, so you know this movie's old. Yeah, you know this is one of the older ones because now it's like you get like feels like some rated R Batman movies. But yeah, this was like a big deal at the time. It's like the first PG-13 Batman movie. All the other Batman movies have been like PG before this. So I know people were kind of like intrigued by that. Now, this movie's decent from what I remember. I think it's takes place between Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. Yes, that's correct, I believe. So it's like what happened after Batman Begins. So it was kind of interesting to see that. So if you're a big fan of the Dark Knight trilogy, I would recommend this one. But I didn't think the movie was amazing or anything like that, too. So you could skip it. I'm not going to highly recommend this one. But if you're like a fan of the Dark Knight trilogy and you just want some more kind of Dark Knight, but you're okay with it being in animated form, not a bad one to check out. So you could definitely take a look at that one. And that one does have a cool cover, so. All right, now, oh, this is a pretty good one. Yeah, definitely going to highly recommend this one. This is Justice League Doom. Really, really good movie. I think if I'm remembering correctly, is this the one where someone's trying to take out the entire Justice League off of Batman's plans? If I'm remembering correctly. So, really like this movie. Actually, a really solid, entertaining story. So, if you haven't seen this movie and you're okay with animated movies, definitely going to recommend Justice League Doom. And I think you can get that probably pretty cheap on Amazon. Alright, next we have Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. Now, this is actually a pretty good movie, too. At least for the Justice League line of movies. I think it's probably one of the better Justice League movies. And you get characters like Constantine in there, which is great to see. And you got Apocalypse. And so, yeah, this one had some fun to it. So I did enjoy this one. Is it perfect? No. But is it pretty good? Yes. So I'm not going to highly recommend this one, but if you're looking for another watch, you haven't seen this one, I'll sell you this as at least in the decent category. Has its moments. And nice little slip cover too. That kind of looks cool. Like that. Alright, now let's take a look. Oh, another Justice League Dark movie. Oh, this cover is fantastic. See, when I see a slipcover like this, I just have to get it. I mean, look at those characters. So cool. Really liked it. So this, I mean, this slipcover here is what sold me on this movie. As for the movie, it's decent. It's okay. Swamp Thing is always cool to see, though. So I like getting movies with him. So I think the characters were done decent enough. But is it the best movie ever? No. So the one you could skip? Yeah. Unless you really like those Justice League Dark characters. Alright, next let's go to... Yes, let's continue with some Justice League here. Yes. Alright, we got Justice League Crisis on to Earth. I remember this one being a pretty good one as well. Not going to highly recommend it, but once again, I'd put this in the decent category. So this one was kind of fun because you get to see the alternate Justice League, like the bad Justice League. And so that's kind of a good versus movie right here. So definitely another fun, decent movie. Alright, next. Oh, I was so disappointed with this one. Okay, so we got Injustice. Now, I really like the Injustice video games. I'm a big fan of that video game series. Of course, made by NetherRealm Studios. Mortal Kombat's my favorite franchise. So when they went to DC fighting, had to definitely check those video games out. Awesome games. So I was looking forward to this movie. Wow, what a missed opportunity. All they had to do was follow the game. That's all you had to do. They did not understand the assignment with this one. Just no. It goes different than the game story, which is unfortunate because the NetherRealm studio team can just tell an amazing story. Don't know why they just didn't go with that and put it in the animated form. I think it would have been a lot more successful. So this one was a letdown, unfortunately. Very disappointed by that one. Alright, next we have Deathstroke, Knights and Dragons. Now remember, this was a pretty decent Deathstroke movie. Once again, not going to highly recommend this one, but I think it was okay. If you're a Deathstroke fan, I think you'll have an okay time with it, but can't highly recommend it. But kind of cool slipcover. Like that design. Alright, let's take a look at the next movie. We have Constantine, City of Demons. So if you're a Constantine fan, I actually think this is a decent movie here, so you might have some fun with it. But if you've never been a fan of Constantine, yeah, this one isn't going to win you over. But some cool visuals in here. So I had fun with that one. But I think that one was pretty expensive when it came out. Should not have paid that expensive price for it. Okay, next. Oh, this one I can highly recommend. Everyone needs to see this one. If you have not seen Batman Under the Red Hood, if you're a fan of animation at all and you really like superhero movies, I'm telling you, this is the movie to go to. This is probably my second favorite animated superhero movie. This made me a big fan of the Red Hood character. I hope we get to see Red Hood in a future Batman movie. I mean, wouldn't that be fantastic? Really would like to see that. But yeah, really good movie. Definitely have to check this one out if you have not. Batman Under the Red Hood. Highly recommend that one. Next, we got Superman, Batman, Public Enemies. I remember this one being pretty decent, so I would put this in the decent range. So, kind of a fun team-up movie with Superman and Batman, so can't go wrong with those two characters. So, decent watch. Alright, next we have Superman, Man of Tomorrow. Now, I like this movie because you get Lobo in it, and Lobo is an awesome villain character to me. So, definitely, if you're a Lobo fan, check out this movie. If you're not a Lobo fan, probably skip this movie. But yeah, pretty cool cover though. Alright, let's go to... We got Suicide Squad, How to Pay. And actually, this one's pretty fun. You know, I've watched this one, I believe, a few times now. And I have a good time with this movie. I like the Suicide Squad movies. I think they're a little bit more rewatchable than some of the other movies. And so, some fun characters here. So, if you like Suicide Squad, would recommend this movie to you. Yeah, and it's a fun little story, actually. That one, I actually remember the story. If I remember the story to your animated movie, you did a pretty decent job. All right, next we have Justice Society World War II. Now, this was kind of cool to see those classic Justice League type of characters. And so it gives us that little old school vibe. So I had an okay time with this. I don't think it was like amazing or anything like that. But if you want to see those Justice Society characters, then this is the movie to go for. So yeah, okay movie. I'd say decent category. All right, next we have Justice League Throne of Atlantis Commemorative Edition. Now, this movie is fantastic, and if you really like the Aquaman movie, the live action one, which I really do, wow, that movie takes all the story from this movie, which I'm sure this took the story from the comics, but I'm telling you, that live action movie is like exactly like this movie. Like, once you see it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And this movie came out first, so hey, you know what? That's okay. Both movies are fantastic. Both movies are great. But if you like the Aquaman live action, you're going to like this one too. So I'd say, yeah, definitely check it out. Can't go wrong with this one. Really good Aquaman movie. All right. Now let's take a look at, yes, we got some more here. Perfect. So let's put that there so we can kind of keep them in order. All right. Now we have Justice League, The New Frontier Commemorative Edition. I just really like this front cover. I thought it looked so cool. Once again, more of an old school Justice League movie. And so this one was okay from what I remember. I'd put it in the okay, decent range, but you could skip it as well. So don't need to rush out for that one. All right, next. This one I can highly recommend. This is my favorite DC animated movie of all time. So when people ask me, hey, why are you so excited for the Flash movie? I point them to this movie, Justice League, The Flashpoint Paradox. This story is wonderful. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. I could probably say that, at least definitely superhero movies. I think it even goes past the animated genre to just, this is just a good movie. Not just a good animated movie. This is a really solid movie here. And this movie has brought me to tears a few times. I mean, some parts, especially with, you know, well, I don't want to ruin anything. If you haven't seen this story, I'm not going to ruin it for you. But to me, this movie gets me very emotional. So, gets me excited for the Flash movie. Can't wait to see that movie. I've been waiting so long. Why did they have to delay that live action Flash movie? But yeah, hey, in the meantime, if you haven't seen this movie, I'm telling you, check this one out. It's my favorite out of all of these movies. Not going to get better than that. All right, let's take a look here. We got Justice League versus the Fatal Five. This one was kind of in the category, so definitely could skip this one. I saw it the one time and kind of dozed off a little bit. So yeah, this one's a skippable movie. All right, next we have The Death of Superman. I got the steelbook of this one right here. This is actually a pretty solid movie. It's pretty close with the comic from what I recall. And so if you like the Death of Superman comic storyline, I think you will enjoy this movie. So pretty decent watch. So for at least for the Superman movies, this is probably one of the better ones. All right, and then of course we have to get the follow-up sequel to that one, The Reign of the Supermen. So this one's a fun movie too. So it's like a two-parter kind of movie, and I think you can actually get the movies together now in just one pack. So I would recommend doing that instead of getting them separate. You know, save yourself some money. But once again, if you like the Superman character, I would recommend seeing these two movies. Next, we have Superman Red Sun. Now, I know some people that really like this movie. I did not. I was disappointed with this one. To me, I don't know. This movie just didn't work for me. And I'm definitely a historical fan. I'm a fan of Superman. It's just, I don't know. How they told the story in this one just didn't work for me. But I like the premise. I definitely like the premise of, you know, Superman landing over in Russia instead of the United States. How would that turn out differently? So I like that setup. Just don't think it was executed so well. All right, next, this is one I can recommend to everybody. which will be Teen Titans Go to the Movies. Yeah, it looks, silly, like a really little kid movie. I'm telling you, it is a fun movie. Has a lot of funny movies. I mean, funny moments in this movie. It's very entertaining, and you even have an awesome Stan Lee cameo in this one that was just so random, but it's great to see. And yeah, he shows up in a DC movie, right? Yeah, and it's a Teen Titans. So really fun, worth it just for that. So this one, once again, I can recommend this to everyone here. I think this is actually a really good quality movie. All right, next we have Teen Titans, the Judas Contract. I remember this one being decent. So once again, I take it or leave it kind of animated DC movie here. But I did like the front cover. I thought that was really cool. And Starfire's awesome. And so if you're a big Starfire fan, if you're a fan of the Teen Titans, actually I think you'll enjoy this one. All right, next we have Wonder Woman, the commemorative edition, and this one is very similar to the Wonder Woman movie storyline. So if you like the first Wonder Woman movie, you actually probably will get a kick out of this movie as well, because lots of similarities there. And so I don't know if this one came out first and then they did the Wonder Woman movie, kind of similar to like the Aquaman animated movie. But it's a possibility because, yes, very similar. So if you like the first Wonder Woman movie, you'll actually like this one. So I can recommend that for you. Next, we have Wonder Woman Bloodlines, and I got the steelbook of this one. I remember this one being okay, so if you're not really like a super big Wonder Woman fan, you could definitely skip over on this one. But I would say this is in like kind of the decent area. But that would be all 40 titles there. Yay, we made it through the entire superhero animated movie collection. So that's all of them right there. Let me know in the comments below, what was your favorite superhero animated movie that I showed off today? Definitely let me know that down below. Or if there's one I don't have that you think, hey, you definitely need to pick up this one. This is one you're missing out on. Let me know that in the comments too. I always appreciate great recommendations. Also, if you're just discovering the channel for the first time, make sure you subscribe right now. I'm going to get you tons of these movie haul, collection videos, unboxings, movie news, movie reviews, ranking videos, you name it. We'll talk all things movies on this channel. I don't want you to miss out on any of that entertainment value. So turn on that notification bell so you don't miss when I post a video.
Come on, hit me! Let's put a smile on that face.
Also, like the video, and this is Mega Mike the Movie Man, minding you to make every day a movie day.